What we're going to be doing in this video is setting up our code to pretty much use and play the third-person animations instead of our first. So first thing we want to do is go to Blueprint Classes, Player, Nazi Zombie Character, Viewport. We're going to go to Mesh, search for Visible, and check it. And let's search for Owner. We want to make sure Owner No C is checked. Go to Mesh 1P. We want to make sure Owner No C is checked. Only Owner C is checked. Compile and save. And let's test with 2 clients, make sure everything's showing right. Okay, which it is. Slight issues there. That'll have to be fixed here shortly. So we have that set up. Let's go over to our weapon base. We look at our weapon base.h, character base.cpp, come down to onRep attach weapon. See, we have this if true, so this is always going to run this portion and attach the weapon to the weapon socket on our first person mesh. We want to remove the true, like so. So that way it's going to attach to the third person mesh if we are not, locally controlling it. That should fix that issue. Next, we go to weapon-base.cpp. We'll scroll down to our multicast functions. So here's our multi-fire. As you can see, everything's using the FPS arms montage. Look at our weapon base. See, we have a third person montage. So we're going to go and replace FPS arms montage with third person montage. Like so. Then we want to change get mesh 1p to just get mesh, and that's it. So now let's scroll down, do the same thing to our reload. So here's our multi-reload. Everything's actually already set up. Confirm that there's nothing else there. Okay, so now let's go to our weapon full. Find C. Looking for the locally controlled checks. Okay, let me start from the beginning and step through. Server start full auto fire. Server start full auto fire. Plays an onRep. That starts a timer to play weapon effects. And here we go. So here we change FPS arms montage to third person montage. Like so. Then we change get mesh 1p to get mesh. Everything else should be the same, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and compile, and we will confirm that the firearms are now actually set up and working. Alrighty, let's launch the editor. The good old hang time that seems to occur every time because of the map. Really need to figure out what's causing that, but I have not bothered to really look into it. Alrighty, now let's look and see. Oh, montages are playing just fine. Only thing we're playing wrong is the wrong montage for the reload. Let's check the M1 carbine. And that's correct. Only thing is we're playing the first person reload montage. That's the only issue. So let's go to our weapon base. To reload. Okay, we're play animation, reload animation. Let's see, I cannot remember if I actually have animations dedicated to third person. No, I do not. So that's just going to be the case, unfortunately. But regardless, to change this up, you would have a, I'm going to have to make it, because the M1 Carbine's the only actual firearm that I have left, so I'll end up adding that in a later video for an example, so we can play the third person reload animation. But pretty much all you'd do is you'd have a separate one of these for reloading animations, and you would simply play that instead of the normal reload animation. So we now have our weapons, doing what they need to. Now the only thing we have to do next is set up our knife. We'll do that in the next one. So I'll see you then.